Hello students, hope you all are fine and safe at your home by the grace of God. Today I am here with a poem titled as Geography Lesson from your book Honeydew. This poem is a beautiful expression of man's perspective about something as he views it from different ways. You will understand that how the aeroplane's flight from ground to a height of 6 miles up in the sky changes the poet's view of a city, a country, and then the entire earth. I will read out every stanza and then explain it accordingly and again summarize it for you. So let's begin. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scale 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. It means that when the jet aircraft soared rapidly into the sky, it means it flew high. The poet understood the reason why cities are built the way they exist. Actually, when he was living in the city, the poet felt the place to be randomly built without proper planning or pattern to it. It seemed to have developed like a wild shrub in every which direction and every which manner. But when he saw it from a certain height in the sky, this haphazard growth seemed to take on a visible pattern that was dictated by necessity and convenience. While drawing maps in geography, you see that distances are shown in certain proportion, certain ratio to the real ones. So the poet saw 1 mile distance on the ground as 6 inches from that height. So looking quite smaller. 1 mile distance seemed to be 6 inches. The absence of any arrangement, planning or pattern in the city looked unavoidable when seen from soaring aircraft. Now the second stanza. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Yes, now when the jet reached an altitude of 10,000 feet, the poet understood clearly the reason why cities developed along the rivers and why the valleys were inhabited by so many people. The concept of geography that man was always lured by land and water was clear to him. He could see cities mostly built along with rivers and in fertile valleys. This clearly indicated that humankind needed water and fertile land to flourish and develop as a civilized race and was necessary to live on, grow crops, rear livestock and carry on trade. And we know that water was essential to irrigate field, drink, cook, bath, wash, etc. So man dependence on nature became evident, became clear to the poet. Next, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build wars across cities and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. So the poet sees some geographical facts from 6 miles up. He can see the earth's round shape and the larger extent of water than land. We know all about it, that there is 75% water and just 25% land over the earth's surface. So, however, from this distance, he sees the earth as a single, undivided entity which is home to all humankind as all other living beings including plants and animals. But he now is at loss to understand how men could hate and kill one another. If it's our home and we all are dependent upon each other, then how could we have such kind of hatred? How we harm each other, how we kill each other. Why do we quarrel with each other? So how they separated themselves into different countries and waged war. Things that how they separated was very difficult for him to understand. So he did not have any meaning at this height, from where the entire world was a single home in which a single family lived. So let me repeat it once again for you. That the first stanza describes the city and it is seen from the sky. The poet sees it from an aeroplane window. At low enough height, it is clear that the city developed as it was the need of the residents, though it may have looked unplanned on ground. Thus, a different view gives the poet a different understanding of how and why our cities develop in the way they did. Next, when the aircraft reaches an altitude of 10,000 feet, the poet understands the truth and reason of geography. He realized the reason why cities and country developed along the rivers and for the same reason in valleys, because people need land and water to live and survive. The aircraft rises quite high at 6 miles and it looks like on a round shape. Now it becomes clear that the earth has more water than land. So every fact was evident from various height above the earth's surface, but the view did not explain the reason why men hated one another, built walls to separate each from another and killed one another. It might have been clear to you that during this time of corona attack, which is a global problem, all the countries, they have unified together and we all consider each other as our family member. Earth is our home and we all depend upon each other, so there should be no question of hatred, there should be no question of war, there should be peace. So it might be clear to all of you. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye.